Xbox recently announced something big for its consoles, and it's expected to drop in 2023. This is yet another step that Xbox is taking to improve its console and meet the needs of its continuously expanding customer base. So stay tuned and don't go away, because a new Xbox Home dashboard is coming, plus other related news. First up, what will the new Xbox dashboard look like? You're about to find out. Xbox will bring a new home dashboard to consoles in 2023. The company has been working on a new home dashboard for some time now, and at the time of this recording, the first version is being rolled out to select Xbox insiders. The purpose of the new home dashboard is to strike a balance between both a TV and a console experience. The Xbox's new dashboard will not only feature a jump back in row that shows you your most recently played games, but it will contain more important information such as settings, store, search, and even your game's library will be front and center for easier access. And wait until you get a load of this. EA just announced their new Battlefield narrative campaign is in development with a new studio named Ridgeline Games. The Battlefield franchise recently had its 20-year anniversary, and Marcus Lato, an ex-Bungie creative art director who worked on the Halo games, will not be at the helm of the Battlefield franchise. The general manager of the Battlefield franchise, Byron Bede, says Marcus will bring his long legacy of creating fascinating worlds and gripping narratives to Battlefield. Backed by a world-class team, he'll be leading the charge to develop a narrative campaign set in the Battlefield universe that will engage fans in new and exciting ways while remaining true to the classic elements of the series. Battlefield is hands down the world's best war game, and its legion of fans just keeps growing. Next up, what's with the disclaimer for NBA 2K23? Let's take a look. Fans who have recently received their physical copies of NBA 2K23 have spotted an alarming disclaimer on the inside of the packaging. The disclaimer reads, "Please note that NBA 2K23 online features are scheduled to be available until December 31st, 2024, though we reserve the right to modify or discontinue online features without notice. Visit www.nba2k.com/status for more information." When you go to that website, it brings up the NBA 2K server status page, and if you click on the Terms of Service link at the bottom of the page, it times out. In a franchise known for being packed with options and spending big money on in-game products, it's alarming that 2K is saying that they're capable of pulling the plug at any moment. That doesn't do much to inspire gamer confidence. Another drawback with NBA 2K22 is that it came in a mammoth-sized 152 gigabytes. If you plan on grabbing a copy, make sure you've got the available storage. If you're looking to grab a copy, Amazon has the cheapest price at $64.90 for Switch, $68 for PS4 and XB One, and $82.90 for PS5 and XSX. And yes, it comes with free shipping. Up next, are you ready for A Plague Tale: Requiem? Wait until you get a load of this. A Plague Tale: Innocence was a welcome surprise for gamers when it dropped back in 2019, and it isn't hard to see why. The game boasts superb storytelling in a 14th century French setting with unique gameplay hooks that make it more fun than its budget and status would suggest. But now, there's an even bigger and more intense sequel about to drop, and it can be yours on October 18th, 2022. It's called A Plague Tale: Requiem. In the 6th chapter of A Plague Tale: Requiem, Amicia and Hugo are still on the run in southeastern France following the events of the first game and searching for a mysterious island that's been haunting Hugo's dreams. They venture into a pilgrim encampment, but are quickly discovered by soldiers and forced to flee to a nearby quarry. If you compare A Plague Tale: Innocence to A Plague Tale: Requiem, it becomes immediately clear that the production value has increased substantially. In Requiem, you'll notice the lush fields at the beginning of the chapter and the densely populated camp that Amicia and Hugo find themselves in. Everything about the newest game is absolutely stunning. I'm talking about sun-drenched, wide-open fields of flowers to the gorgeous cutscenes and characters which have been motion captured for the very first time. If you're lucky enough to play A Plague Tale: Requiem, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The game will be available for PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch via cloud streaming and PC. Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're about to reveal the latest gaming news. Next up, are we ever going to see Final Fantasy XIV? You're about to find out. Despite 3 years of silence and limbo, Xbox hasn't given up on Final Fantasy XIV. Xbox chief Phil Spencer says he's still trying to bring Square Enix's mega-popular Final Fantasy XIV to Xbox platforms. Back in 2019, Spencer committed FF14 to Xbox during a media presentation at the XO19 event in London. But nearly 3 years later, we're all still waiting. So what gives? Spencer explains, "We certainly announced that. Naturally, we haven't given up yet. This is a commitment from both Microsoft and Square Enix to gamers, and we will continue to coordinate our efforts." The PC and PS4 online game first launched back in 2010, and Spencer's 2019 announcement, Final Fantasy XIV, launched for PS5 in 2021. Square Enix claimed that the delay in bringing the game to Xbox was due to the platform's restrictions on crossplay features such as chatting and forming guilds with players on other platforms. Final Fantasy XIV director Naoki Yoshida claims that he spoke to Phil Spencer about resolving the platform issues. Yoshida said, "To play an MMORPG on Xbox, there are two regulations for Microsoft which stand in the way of making crossplay feasible. Unless these regulations are rejected, there is no meaning. One of the regulations is that players with different platforms cannot chat with each other in-game. Then how do you play an MMO? So much has come, but there's even more that's going to come in the future. The other regulation is you cannot make a community with players on a different platform. So I would like to have Microsoft change their regulations." Up next, are we about to see the revival of Scalebound? Boy, I hope so. Scalebound is arguably the most infamous project in Xbox history. It was announced back in 2014 for Xbox One, and the game was planned as a character-driven action game by Bayonetta director Hideki Kamiya. Unfortunately, after a lengthy stay in development purgatory, the game was axed in 2017. A total bummer. Ever since then, fans have repeatedly asked Platinum and Xbox leadership about the project. Kamiya said, "We did a lot of work on it, and it's no use Microsoft keeping the game in its current form, so we'd like to do something about it. Phil, let's do it together. No, it's not a joke. I'm totally serious about it." Recently, Spencer was asked about the potential revival and said, "There's nothing currently to say about Scalebound." Back in 2020, Spencer gave an answer that was even more direct. Spencer said, "For the people out there thinking that maybe there's still something in the works, there's not." Xbox and Platinum Games have given explanations of what happened with Scalebound, and Kamiya takes sole responsibility for the project's cancellation. But in a video on the Cutscenes YouTube channel, Kamiya shifted some of the blame to Platinum's inexperience working with Unreal Engine and online features as core reasons for Scalebound's demise. Next up, is Xbox Game Pass losing more games? Unfortunately, that's a yes. Regrettably, Xbox Game Pass is losing 12 games within the next month. 10 of those games will be removed on September 30th, and 2 more will get axed in early October. Microsoft has clearly established patterns when it comes to highlighting the new games coming to Xbox Game Pass and the games that are leaving Xbox Game Pass during any given month, sort of like what Netflix does with its last chance to watch captions on its movie pages. But these Microsoft announcements typically happen around the beginning of the month, and they shine a spotlight on the games coming in the next couple of weeks so that gamers know something fresh is always on the way. The official announcements give the specific dates that the games are leaving, but most of the time, games are removed on the 15th of every month and the last day of every month. The games being removed on September 30th include AI, The Somnium Files, Astria Ascending, Dandy Ace, Going Under, Lemnis Gate, Slime Rancher, Subnautica Below Zero, The Procession to Cavalry, Unsighted, and Visage. In early October, Xbox Game Pass will lose Dirt 4 and Dirt Rally. Finally, what is the most expensive limited edition Xbox in the world? The limited edition Gucci Xbox Series X is the most expensive Xbox ever made. Only 100 were ever made, and they debuted with a retail price of $10,000 each. All 100 sold out on Gucci's website. However, the auction site StockX has a few for sale ranging from as little as $7,000 to over a jaw-dropping $17,000. If you're a gaming collector with money to burn, check them out. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching.